He said he's nuts, but he also got a few jeers from the crowd. Will Mockett be able to step up against the favorites, Rogue, defending their home turf?
Mockett, incredibly powerful team with a lot of different tools in this lineup. Let's go player by player here as we examine a little bit closely, starting with Fairy Peak.
And Fairy Peak, once again, he is the newcomer coming in. It's going to come down to him to see how far they go in this bracket. He's going to really have to step it up with his 2v2 partner, K-Dop.
Yeah, and K-Dop, he has been a goal-scoring machine. He is insane. The MVP for Europe. He had a bit of a quiet first series, but in the last game, he scored a hat trick to get the win.
And we're going to look for Mystic. He's one of the fastest players in the world. He's up in the air quick. He's going to try and set up his teammates. K-Dop is one of the best shooters in the world. Mystic's going to try and set it up for him with that speed. Try and look for Mockett to control the midfield and keep up the pressure.
And yeah, really, Mystic has just proven that he is a land boy, bona fide.
And I love, just again, all the strengths of these different players. And in the last game we saw in that previous series, K-Dop just getting a hat trick. He's like, all right, I'll just get a hat trick.
Sure.
Karma, what's your favorite part about Mockett? What do you like a lot about this team?
I like their speed. They're a fast team. They're really good, like I said, controlling the midfield and keeping up that pressure as you try and clear the ball. They try and intercept at midfield, keep it back in, boost starve you, and look for K-Dop to make those crazy shots.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the challengers. We have Rogue from North America, surprising a lot of people, getting a lot of wins under their belt, taking out the leftovers earlier in the tournament. This team is showing up in a big way this weekend.
And they are the fan favorites here. We heard them going crazy yesterday, beating the leftovers. North America, they are back to play. And Rogue with Matt scoring 10 goals in 4 games. Absolutely insane.
10 goals, and not only that, it was only on 15 shots, and scoring over half of his team's 17 goals. Matt, my player to watch, he's the man.
Rogue from North America now entering the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the North American Hope. It's Rogue!
Yeah, this is the only way that Turtle will ever get carried. He's too good.
Turtle's having a lot of fun. I talked to him the other day, and he was just worried about playing bad once again in this season. He's like, I'm really excited to play. I just don't want to play bad. And so far, Turtle, you've been showing up. His third land, Matt and Sizz, of course, that duo that's been around forever. And Sizz, you know, just all day.
Yeah, it's all day, baby. But Turtle scoring 5 goals on 5 shots. Everyone on Rogue playing a part in their first victory over the leftovers.
And we talk about momentum. We talk about, like, Kronobi mentioned confidence on the stage. It seems like Rogue has the crowd behind them. We'll see if that helps them in this series. But let's go player by player here as we examine this team a little bit more closely, starting with Matt.
And Matt, the runner-up for the MVP voting so far, he was the player of the day in day 1. He wants to repeat that here in day number 2.
But then you can't count out the man, Sizz, all day, baby. He's going to be setting up his teammates, Turtle and Matt, trying to get this win over Mockett.
And my boy Turtle, I'm going to look for him to get upfield. Turtle looking for those redirects, putting those shots on target with the big clears from Sizz and Matt. Turtle's the facilitator of this team for sure.
And Rogue Gaming, they just look amazing so far. They destroyed the leftovers, and they are extremely confident coming in. But once again, they haven't played yet today, and we've seen Mockett perform really well.
And if you thought the crowd was going crazy for NRG, you know they're going to get loud for Rogue.
It was so much fun watching them play yesterday. Just the energy they're bringing to the stage, and the interview afterward, the chemistry they seem to have among each other. Rogue, definitely a fun team to root for. We'll have to see how they do in this matchup.
I spotted a dab out there in the audience,
There's
too.
a dab.
Well
Definitely
done.
a dab.
Well done
All
on that dab.
Where's Waldo? We have some stats to look at among a couple of these 2 players. We got Fairy Peak and Sizz.
So Fairy Peak was a little bit cold at the start of the season, but he warmed up as it went through. He was a little bit quiet during his first series, but I expect him to warm up once again. And then Sizz, I gave him a lot of crap, and he didn't like it whatsoever. He has grinded this entire season and is performing really well.
Yeah, he is one of the 2 players in the dynamic duo that is the Matt-Sizz combo. They proved it in game number 1 yesterday. Can they do it here again on Saturday when it really, really matters?
Such an important match this is for both of these 2 teams. A lot of people might think it could go either way. Let us know what you think on Twitter. Use the hashtag RLCSWCS3. Also join the conversation on Twitch, because this should be a Very exciting match. But now, guys, it's time for predictions. Best of 5. Who's moving on to the next round?
Well, I'm expecting a couple boos here, but I'm going to go with Mocket. I think they can. Here it is. Here it is. I'm going with Mocket in 5 games. This is a very scary set for them, but they have played today already. Their scrims have not gone well, but Mystic's like, we don't really need to scrim. He's just worried about Fairy Peak, and he played well at least. Nothing like amazing, but I think Mocket will come out victorious here.
Sizz is from LA. This is his home turf. Rogue trying to step up for the USA. They're going to take this over Mocket. They're going to get your prediction wrong. Rogue has this one.
Yep, I have to agree with James here. I'm going to pick Rogue. They beat me in the qualifier in the finals, unfortunately. So it would be stupid of me to pick against them now. So
You never know what's going to happen in a tournament environment, and yesterday Rogue won me over, taking out the leftovers. I got Rogue to take this over Mocket to advance to the next round in the bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about time to get started with the next match. It's Mocket versus Rogue. Make some noise as we go over to the commentary desk.
I just came off watching an extremely hype match, and I think the crowd's behind this one as well. We have an incredible story on this line right now. The second seed coming in, Rogue, won the crowd over. Let's talk about the walk-in game right now. They are on point at this
5 out of 7 at least. 5 out of 7 at least.
6.5 out of 7. That's my official scoring. They're on point right now, but again, their opponents are not to be laughed at either. These guys just came off a 3-0 win, the first one I think we saw in this tournament, and they're just ready and warmed up. Rogue had their game yesterday, so they're coming into this one a little bit colder than Mocket is.
Well, statistically speaking, wow, that's a tough word, right? Statistically speaking, you see Mocket coming in with a game already under their belt, like you said, warmed up. Usually that does favor them, but the big difference in this match is they're going against a team that can match them in that pace and that intensity.
You got it. Game number 1, best of 5, Mocket Esports versus Rogue. Rogue coming off hot yesterday's, Mocket hot today. This is going to be an extremely tough battle for both teams. An early attack there for Rogue, as the crowd cheers them on, was thwarted out by Mocket Esports. They'll try to get their own attack past midfield, but easily stopped there. Sizz and Turtle both looking for probably the same boost. That'll give Mystic enough chance to get a nice little touch off the roof. Stopped by Sizz. Isn't enough though. Fairy Peak. Sizz, clutch on the goal line. Will keep this score line at 0-0.
Some have talked about Sizz's inconsistency, but that is gone at this land, playing out of his mind as you hear him yell all day. He is there to make those saves all day.
There it is, another attempt coming out from Rogue. Mystic will send back to midfield. Fairy Peak tries to intercept that one to keep the momentum towards the net. A pinch goes in favor of Mocket. They're going to grab goal number 1.
Captain coming up clutch for this team. Fairy Peak getting involved early, but the way that Mystic flipped into that ball, getting underneath and then hitting the top back end of his car, flicked it back towards the net, and then that ceiling bounce just giving him a little love.
Early goal there in the first minute of gameplay of game number 1 in this best of 5. Mocket grabbing the first one off a pinch off the roof. Not much you can do there as Rogue. We'll see if they can answer. As we pull in just past that first minute, Matt will try to get a clear there. Wins a 50-50, but gets sent right back to his own net by Mystic. Sizz all alone, has to get the clear. He does to Turtle. Turtle keeps that momentum forward, but there's a nice one sent back down to the orange end by Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak tries to drop towards the net. K-Dop with the follow-through on the goal line. Rough spot there for Rogue. Does get sent a little bit wide by Mystic. They'll have to back up now as the possession goes into the hands of Rogue. Sizz waiting that one out, will allow K-Dop to clear that to Fairy Peak as he was cherry picking up. No finish from K-Dop. We've seen some crazy goals. Rogue has to make sure to not give those opportunities to K-Dop.
Need to be careful as well, playing that into the midfield, but Matt trying to carry it back through the other side. Doesn't read that as it goes up the wall. Mystic's going to play it slow. Using that second flick off the ceiling, really smart as he air dribbles all the way down for a pass. Almost going in net, but the follow-up from K-Dop, that's good. K-Dop, that's going to drop in front of the net. Saved by Matt and immediately cleared out by Turtle.
Rogue playing a little bit of catch-up right now. Mocket's doing a good job on the offense. They're starting to generate these opportunities. And Rogue has to really look for these counterattacks himself. They're going to start to get pressured too much, and that's going to result in a second goal for Mocket Esports. 2.5 minutes passing by now in game number 1. Still an answer to come out for Rogue as Mocket puts on a lot of pressure. Fairy Peak stopped out at the last second by Turtle. They'll have to try again from the corner. Mystic trying for that delayed little flip there. Can't get it on target. K-Dop up in the air. That's a scary spot there for Sizz. Matt will clear to the side. Still no breakout past that midfield. Mystic doing a really good job, as the desk was saying before, at keeping that pressure at midfield and not allowing Rogue to create any chances of their own.
Well, the big story of this match so far has definitely been Mocket on offense, shot after shot. Even when the ball gets cleared, it doesn't seem to matter, as Rogue only has one shot so far calculated on net, as this Mocket team pushes it right back down into midfield. Turtle with a 50-50, here's a chance.
By himself, those teammates are lagging a little bit far behind. Matt finally reaches up with him off the backboard. Chance for Sizz, but he approaches that one just a little bit off, and they'll have to try again back at that midfield. Fairypeak just trying to get control, back passes it to his own corner. Turtle just wants a little bit of pressure. I'm sure he'll grab the boost on his way out. Matt up for a double tap off the roof to Turtle. Stopped out by Mystic on the goal line. As they send that one back to midfield. Good attempt from Rogue, but they're still lagging behind by 1 goal. As Mocket Esports still looking strong on their own offense in game number 1. Demo there, it could be a chance. Matt sends it on target. Fairypeak doing a really good job of getting a lot of those backward touches, keeping his team alive. Fairypeak's been a really crucial member of Mocket for their last game and this one so far. 1 minute approaching now. Rogue still down by a goal. An attack from Mystic and K-Dop. K-Dop will wait patiently. All 3 of the defenders there from Rogue went for that one. Thankfully for them, there was no one there to put any pressure on. There's that minute mark. K-Dot by himself. Won't be able to set up any kind of play. Matt now sends that one deep down into the blue end as he tries to get a touch out to a teammate. Turtle a little bit too far back. K-Dot gonna take ground control. That passing blaze from Mocket Esports, and Fairypeak gonna sink one into the far side.
So dangerous when you give this Mocket team space. You see K-Dop seeing the available options as one of the players on this Rogue team rotates back into net. Gives him all the time in the world. He sees his teammate, and then a 1-2 touch to put that into the back of the net.
K-Dop showing he can do whatever he wants in the air and on the ground as he gets a pass over to Fairypeak. Incredible team play to set Mocket 2 goals into the lead with 45 seconds left in game number 1. It's not over for Rogue, but they do have to start looking at some changes here, as they've had difficulty generating any kind of scoring opportunities, and now they're leaving open nets. Mystic sets it, 3rd one in.
Unfortunate for them, as Sizz got launched to the other side. No boost. Missed the 100 boost as well on the corner. Wasn't able to rotate back in time, and because of that, able to get beaten to the goal. 35 seconds left. You see Mocket up by 3, continuing that snowball.
Really just not seeing the pace that we saw from Rogue yesterday. They came out hot and strong, and today they're seeming a little bit cold, but maybe game number 1 is all they needed to really warm up, as Mocket set the pace early off. Now they're 3 goals up with 30 seconds left. Likely this game in the bag for Mocket Esports. Anything can happen in Rocket League though, and Rogue is going to keep that pressure on, at least getting 1 goal to carry the momentum into game number 2.
Well, with 10 seconds left, that ball just trying to kill the clock, as there's really no chance for Rogue to come back into this one.
Absolutely.
But as they come and look into the next game, they got to understand Mocket's one of those snowball teams, and they can easily stop that momentum just as quickly in this game of Rocket League. But this is the best time to do it. A match reset. First game going to Mocket Esports.
There it is, Mocket grabbing game number 1 in this best of 5. Winner gets to move on in the upper bracket. Rogue barely losing that one out. A couple goals surmounted at the end there, but for a majority of the game, it was only a 1-0 situation. Rogue, as I said before, missing a bit of that speed that we saw them come out with. Just insane fire yesterday. Just looking confident, and I'm sure they still are right now, but it wasn't showing on the pitch, and that's really what they need coming into the second game.
Yeah, a lot of it is having to increase that pitch. We saw in their previous game earlier today, Mocket 3-0ing Alpha Sydney. It did come down to tactical play for a little bit, and then they realized, you know what, we can actually just outpace these guys. Rogue needs to realize that as well, as they need to match the pace of this Mocket team or find a way to slow down, and there's no one better than that at Turtle. His methodical play style, the ability to calculate and play slow and really change the pace back in their favor is what they're going to look to do.
Again, it's up on offense. They really have that speed that we were talking about. I mean, Rogue needs to look. Matt yesterday was on fire. If a ball was put into his hands, he was putting it on target and net. And talking to Crow before too, he noticed a lot of it was off those corners. If they can just send that ball into the corner fast, Matt can get up with those double jump aerials and put it on target fast. They need that offense. They need that spark to get them there, and it'll be up to his teammates to set them up.
Well, with the crowd behind him, obviously that's going to help just a little bit. But the big story for this team of Rogue has been they're the clear number 2 in North America, but they've had a hard time trying to breach through that top spot.
Making words up again.
You know, I'm learning from the best right next to me, right?
Hey, that's me. Game number 2, Mocket Esports versus Rogue. Rogue needs your energy, but so does Mocket. They grab game number 1. Rogue might be coming alive now in game number 2, this best of 5. Mocket coming off of a 3-0 win. They're feeling good right now. There's a touch from Matt just to keep that pressure from Mystic at bay at the midfield. Otherwise, he would have moved up for a chance for Maka to score there. We see once again Rogue back down in their own end. See if they can get control and move it out. They just seem to be trying to clear it. It's not really working out for them, just giving away possession. Mockett will steal that one back again. Off the wall. Fairy Peak sends that to no one. Sizz will grab that off the wall there. Send it back to the midfield. Pressure from K-Dot. There's Mystic just ready for a touch out to him. Turtle will get that Octane in the way, stopping any kind of advance from Mockett. They might have to reset back at their own end as the control now goes into Rogue's hands. They set up an attack off the crossbar. Matt with the follow-up, a slow roller. They're going to grab goal number 1.
Slow roller, not fantastic play from this Rogue team. The pressure being put on. Fantastic play alone by Sizz to get up and beat him on that second touch, just to set up his other teammate. It draws out that last defender who covers everything. It doesn't matter, and then the follow-up. Doesn't matter if it's slow or not, a goal's a goal.
Mockett grabbed their first goal at 4:05 in the first one. Now Rogue's gonna set the pace with their first early goal in game number 2, first minute in. And they're feeling the energy now as they grab the first one. Can they get a second one as they head back down to their own end? Mystic will try to take advantage of that touch from Sizz. He'll take it right back though to midfield. Mockett doing a really good job of at least getting a touch at the midfield to stop that advance from Rogue. See if they can get control, some slow pace. Sizz is gonna have to help Matt out there. There's Turtle, the last one up, hit me, missed that one, or a pinch gone towards the net. No one was there to defend it. They need to break out, look for each other, and that's what they're doing exactly right now as Sizz connects with a pass coming up from Matt. No finish there. Mockett will hold on to only a 1-goal deficit. We'll see if they can answer that one quickly. Minute 30 pass now in game number 2. Mockett not finding as many chances as they had in game number 1.
Mockett on the Blues side doing a really good job. The Frenchmen covering each other on the back, just making sure that if a mistake does happen, there's someone else there to follow up. What was that touch? Almost sneaking that in. So many shots technically from Turtle.
And that's just going to be an easy turnaround for K-Dop as they tie this one up. An overcommit there from Rogue will result in a tie game.
That ball was partially in the goal, highlighted as so, but as you stated, too many trying to commit to that. Allows for an easy push down by K-Dop, tying it back up. We are 2 minutes through match number 2, and it is yet again a battle for these teams.
Overcommitted or not, that would have been fantastic had that gone in.
It was nuts.
3 minutes left in this one. Mockett making an early attack off the kickoff. That's a great chance to set the momentum into your favor. So you can get control of that ball quick. You know your teammates, or your opponents, sorry, are still looking for boost. Nice catch from Turtle there. Will be on target, but 2 defenders will be able to stop out that attack. Sizz going to be out of the play. Matt has to make a touch as Turtle rotated back to net, but a miss there from Turtle will give K-Dot, Mystic, and Fairy Peak all a chance to set an attack. Nice block from Matt there. They'll move back down the other way. 1v1 situation. K-Dop gonna take him out, saying, I'm having none of that one. But Sizz says, I'm having all of that one, and puts it right in.
All day from Sizz yet again. Doesn't matter if his duo gets knocked out. He's there to bring it right back in. A shot perfectly placed. No way he's gonna miss that.
There it is, the lead now at the 2.5-minute mark. Rogue is down 1-0 in the series, but they're up 2-1 in game number 2, looking to tie the series up, this best of 5. As Mockett has one more goal to tie it up. Matt looking to further advance themselves into the lead there with a touch, but he does miss that one out. They're still on the attack though. Sizz is going to be taken out of the play. That might be a chance for Mockett to move back down to the other end of the field. A miss there from Fairy Peak though, gives a doink to Turtle, just misses that one. But midfield pressure from Sizz and Matt will allow that attack to stay on. A shot to the far side. Fairy Peak, clutch save as he flies across the goal line. They're going to keep themselves in this game. 2 minutes left now. And we see a shot from Matt from above. 3-1 now.
The pass play, that's what's so scary about this Rogue team. The duos are for everybody on the team. It does not matter who matches up as long as their teammate is there. The trust for this team coming full circle.
Now Rogue up 3-1. Mockett Esports has 2 goals to bring this back. And again, that energy must be doing a lot. These guys live off that energy from the crowd. They've definitely made the changes they needed from game number 1. There's the speed. Turtle just getting that ball shoved down into the Mockett end. Just keeping the pressure on, making sure they're contesting everything, giving Mockett no chance to even start up any real kind of passing plays now. That's what did them down in game number 1. Fairy Peak with a miss there. No teammate to pass it to. They'll have to end up back in their own end. As Fairy Peak recuperates, Mystic will try to get a pop over all of them almost. Sizz forced to make a clutch touch there as we approach that final minute of gameplay. Rogue still up 2 goals though. They're in a comfortable spot as they know Mockett is now going to have to try to push a little bit harder than they're comfortable with in that final minute of gameplay.
Well, as the ball gets cleared out, it settles in mid. Matt flying from the sky to pinch it over to the corner. But possession still stays to Mockett. They're doing a really good job of those back passes, but that one just far off. Ball going to settle in the mid. Matt tries to play it over his teammate, but Mystic reads it and puts it up. Trying to get another touch, missing just wide, but the pressure is going to win for KDOP.
There it is. Of course, it wasn't a shot on net, but it was a fantastic pass from Mystic. The follow through, last second, Chase Cam gets that pass out to KDOP. He threads the needle, and there's a 1-goal difference now.
Difficult position for Sizz as well as that ball hits that side post. Trying to make sure whether do I commit to that or do I commit to the save. As soon as that ball bounces off, he does not expect Mist to get that second touch. It draws him out of position, and the shot opens up.
Now the question is, can Mockett do this with 40 seconds left, grab one more goal? Well, they most certainly can, but it's up to Rogue to keep those attacks at bay as they try to put some pressure on Sizz. Force him to make a touch. We'll see if he can recuperate. He does. Doesn't attack it though. Fairy Peak will take control by himself. You don't want to be in a 1v1 situation. 2 people in net. It doesn't matter. We're tied up.
That did not take long, and it's so scary about both these teams. The ability to turn it on at any moment. You see Fairy Peak with a beautiful flick. The ability to kind of do like a changeup with it. Like it's super slow and hard to read. Lofts it up, and it just feathers right in the net. All tied up. 26 seconds left in match number 2.
20 seconds there. Turtle tries to keep that away. That was a very rough spot. Rogue putting themselves in a dangerous situation. Mockett trying to take advantage of it still. They still have the pressure on. They still have a chance to get control of this ball as they're boosted up. Fairy Peak has 10 seconds to set up one more play. Otherwise, we're going to end up hitting an overtime. Matt and Sizz have to be very careful right now. They have KDOP, Fairy Peak, and Mystic on their tail. A shot on the goal line. We're going to overtime.
Oh my goodness. You're talking about inches again. These teams so close.
There it is. Overtime now in game number 2. Rogue has made the changes they need. Sizz up for a touch off the crossbar. No finish there as they try to get that goal to end this overtime quickly. We see a lot of overtimes end very quickly usually. In that first 30 seconds, a shot there. Just stopped out, but 2 committing to that. Rough defense right now for Rogue. Mockett's going to look to keep the pressure on. Fairy Peak in the corner. KDOP not in the right spot. Turtle will have control of this ball now, but out of boost, he tries to do something to keep KDOP from sending that down to the other end for a chance for Mockett Esports to score. And now Fairy Peak on the attack. Mystic looking for a bump. He grabs Turtle out of the way, but there's no one there to put the pressure on. Almost an own goal as both Matt and Sizz went up for that one. 45 seconds passed into overtime. Rogue looking for that one single goal. Mockett very, very close to the goal line a couple times now on their own attacks. As we sit 3-3 in game number 2. Attack here. Mystic trying to follow this one up. No chance there. Sizz read that one very well. Rough spot. Turtle has to keep that out. That's a scary spot there now for Rogue. Mockett couldn't finish that one off. Rogue keeps it away, but Rogue is stuck on defense way more than I think they'd like to be right now.
Unfortunately for them as well, that boost just got denied again. These guys starting to run out, but that clear absolutely crucial. Played up into the corner. Fairy Peak looks like he's going to take it around town as he uses that second jump to get over Turtle. Another one. Fairy Peak showing how dangerous he is in solo play.
A shot on net as it comes off the corner. Fairy Peak runs that one down the field by himself. And the defenders for Rogue can't keep it out. And that's going to be a 2-0 lead in the bracket, or the series now, for Mockett Esports, setting themselves at match point.
A lot of it had to do with that individual play from Fairy Peak. The ability to get past 2 defenders, allowing his teammates to rotate into position to set up and make sure that they can put on that pressure. 8 shots from KDOP. Everybody being involved, but now this is a position to where it comes up to Rogue. Turtle has been in a position to where he has had this kind of deficit area where the mental game really starts to come into play, but the benefit this time is he has Sizz on his side.
Yeah, Rogue definitely made changes coming into game number 2. They stepped up the pace. They just were still being stopped out a little too much. That pressure from Mockett is unbelievable. These guys are watching out for each other every chance they have. Midfield, Rogue cannot break past it right now, and that's difficult. They need to find those chances to get out and then take control of their own offense.
Yeah, a lot of it does have to do with that midfield pressure coming out from Mockett, just the ability to suffocate these guys, and you saw it at the end there. As soon as they were trying to clear it out, Sizz and Matt got caught up on the boost because they both needed it desperately. Didn't matter. Go to the other side. Fairy Peak takes that one, and then they're just sitting back there having to collect those small 12 boost pads, and it eventually comes to the point where you just can't make it to those shots in time because KDOP is just... He's dangerous. I mean, another hat trick for this guy.
Well, there's a reason that a lot of people consider him to be the best player in the world. He's really good.
He's definitely making a contention for it. I mean, he showed he was the best player in EU this season, so why not the world, right? That's the next step.
Yeah, why not?
I
Well,
say it when it Gibbs is right, you know? Like, doesn't it hurt a little bit? He's like, yeah, mock it. They're coming in.
yeah, right. I know. Gibbs, stop it.
Please stop being right. I like my wizard hat. Don't take it.
Game number 3, Mockett is now looking to grab a second 3-0 against Rogue, but Rogue, I'm sure, is not ready to turn over and just give this one up quite yet. Mockett looking to take this entire series in a sweep if Rogue can't answer back quickly, as they're trying to do right now. Matt just gives away possession. Fairy Peak will steal that one away at midfield. K-Dop takes it from Fairy Peak, but he can't do anything with it. That'll be a chance for Turtle, but he loses it in the corner. Mystic with a hard clear. Sizz sends it right back down. Up, drops down, no finish. What a read from Mystic to get that save on the goal line, and we still sit at a 0-0.
Still fantastic play from Turtle. Even though he wasn't available to get the touches in the position he was in, he's still making use of his positioning. He grabs the boost, he goes for a down, what doesn't work out, but he's still being a nuisance. It's fantastic play to free up some space for his teammates.
Matt to Turtle now as they move this one down the field. Sizz moving in hard there with a shot. K-Dop will clear that one out. A little bit of rough spot for Mockett as they try to move down. They take a shot.
Good patience from Matt.
Matt will stop that one out. In the corner, Turtle and Matt are the last defenders as Sizz rotates back. Attack from Mockett will be thwarted. Sizz with a backflip leaves that ball to nobody. Nice crossfield pass to Matt as he's able to clear that one down into the blue end. Now Mockett will have control as long as they don't give it away. K-Dop off the wall to nobody. Intercept from Turtle. That might roll down in front of the net. Matt's there to receive it. So is Fairy Peak, and he'll get the better one on that. Send it into the corner, and now Mockett down the other way. Both teams taking turns, moving down from end to end. No one to grab a goal yet, though. Oh, Turtle
so
coming
close
from the flank. Almost grabbed that pass from Matt as they try to get that incredibly fast passing play. They're on the attack, though. Sizz tries to get a touch out to a teammate. Mystic will get in the way in a second time as Matt tries to send that one back. They're looking for each other now, though. Rogue is looking for each other, but Mockett is doing a really good job of intercepting every single one of these passes.
And it comes to a point when these infield pass plays, once they get connecting for Rogue, it's going to be very difficult. But for Mockett to actually see and recognize those and shut them down before they happen is why this game is idealistically still tied 2 minutes in.
Mystic now trying to get a play up to K-Dop. It's up in the air. He's going to be a little bit late, though. Matt is going to receive that pass first. Turtle with a pop-up. Sizz probably not enough boost. Will leave that one alone. Turtle trying to fall through on that his own. Mystic with a pop down to midfield. A second touch from Matt as he tries to read a touch from Fairy Peak, but Fairy Peak leaves it alone. Matt might have a chance now, though. That ball lands in his lap, but a flick not high enough, and it will be stopped out on the goal line by Mystic. Still 0-0 at the 2.5-minute mark now. On the attack, though, is Rogue. They're looking for a goal. Sizz is up. Touch coming out from Mystic first. Now they're doing whatever they can to keep that ball away from their net as Rogue starts to put on more pressure. Exactly what we saw Mockett doing in game number 1 and 2. It's a pass to Fairy Peak, stopped by Sizz. Off the backboard, nice touch from him, but it's not out yet. There's no one home right now. Fairy Peak tries to get the angle, he can't. Still 0-0. Matt just goes that one away. A boomer, though, from the side. 2 defenders will stop that out. Sizz with control, just gives away possession once again. Should be a chance for either Fairy Peak or K-Dop to move it downfield.
Oh,
K-Dop
no.
touches it, but not enough. Matt to Turtle, who can't finish that one off. Sizz, though, there to keep the pressure in. K-Dop, Fairy Peak, the last one's back. Mystic trying to rotate for boost. He's looking for it, but they are slowly moving on to offense. When I say slowly, I mean it, as they finally make it down into the Rogue end. 1:30 left now, still 0-0. Mockett simply needs one goal. Not simply, but they need one goal to be able to grab themselves that 3-0. Rogue looking to keep themselves alive right now in the series. They have yet to get a game in this series.
Rogue is really trying to put on this pressure, though, as these guys are going back and forth. Just the couple setups that they have had, you saw Mystic go up and try to bump K-Dop, but it actually put him in a position to where he stopped those corner pass plays that we've been seeing working so well in their first match that we saw yesterday. But as Fairy Peak approaches, this pass is going to be dangerous. So going right across the net.
1 minute remaining now, still scoreless. Mockett Esports looking for that final goal to grab themselves this win. Moving themselves on in the upper bracket and sending Rogue down into the lower. Rogue trying to keep that dream alive. A reverse sweep is the only way they're going to win this series. And one goal might be the way to start that off. Sizz trying for something fancy. Doesn't really pan out properly. Mystic on the wall, stopped out by Matt. Turtle waiting for that touch from Fairy Peak, but Fairy Peak gets a bit of a nicer one than I think he expected. Doink from Turtle, on target. K-Dop pushes it aside, pressure from Sizz, puts it on target, and Rogue grabs the first goal in game number 3. 24 seconds left. Mockett answer.
Fantastic pass plays all around in that drive. Sizz dropping it down to Turtle, seeing him for that pass to put it over 2 defenders, gives them a 2-on-1 situation, and then the ability to decide what they want to do.
22 seconds left now. K-Dop trying to get that one to Mystic. Matt waiting for that touch from Fairy Peak. They just have to keep themselves alive, and they'll be able to grab their first point win in the series. That's going to roll down off the backboard. 5 seconds left now, and they're putting pressure on Mockett. Not looking to be able to answer this one. This touches the ground. They have a chance, though. K-Dop trying to follow that one. Matt touches it to the ground, and Rogue will grab a win. 2-1 in the series now. Mockett still at match point, though.
Smart plays by Matt on the end there as well. Rotates his car around to smash it straight down. Doesn't want to play it far, give these guys a chance to get back into it. But now this is when it changes up for everything. These guys have found what works. They were able to play a little bit more passive and bring it upfield, but a lot of that game was spent back on defense.
No, you're right. I mean, the good thing, though, is they're starting to find their footing on offense. I mean, Rogue put basically where they were put by Mockett in those first 2 games. They put Mockett in those shoes. I said that really confusingly. But now Mockett has found themselves on defense and confused a little bit and couldn't break past that midfield. Rogue was putting the pressure on. They're finding their pacing, and I think they just needed a little bit of that warm-up today. Mockett came off a game just before, looking for another 3-0. Not going to grab it as Rogue just grabbed the game.
Well, they've still got a long match ahead. 2 more until they can clutch this one, but they did beat Leftovers. Maybe they get to steal a little bit of that, that little magic that Leftovers are known for.
All they're going to need it now is they are down a game. There's still a match point from Mockett Esports. They look like they're having a good time on stage, though. Rogue is still happy.
And winks. Ooh, there it is. Oh, a kiss this time.
Oh, baby, that was for all of you guys. That was all for all of you guys. As they move into game number 4, they're looking to tie this up. A reverse sweep is what they need. Mockett still sitting at 2-1. They just need this game to move on in the bracket. Rogue needs 2 more wins. Game number 4. Give them your energy. They need it right now as they're down a series. Mockett looking to take it early on. A demo right away, sending the message out to Rogue that we're here to win this series as they take Turtle off the pitch and try to get that early goal, but a quick turnaround from Rogue will stop that attack from Mockett. They couldn't formulate anything quickly enough. 50-50 to nobody there. Fairy Peak will pick it up quickly. Good pass to Mystic. Matt gets to that one first. He follows it up with a couple flips. No boost, though. And Fairy Peak will be able to clear that one away from him. Sizz waiting patiently. Puts one on the goal post. Bardowski. And there it is. Sizz with the first one.
What a shot from Sizz. Reading this perfectly off of Fairy Peak, who gets caught up. Doesn't get the boost grab. And because of that, he's able to take that angle. But no one expected that shot. Top left corner. Perfect placement from Sizz. That kiss was for real.
30 seconds in, and Rogue has that first goal. They're looking to bring this series back. They're looking to pull, as you said, that Leftovers magic out of their pocket. As they set this pace off right. They say that early demo means nothing to us. And Mockett looking to answer 1 goal now. Sizz looking to grab a second one. Sizz is on fire. He's ready to go. 2 goals in the first minute of gameplay.
I can literally feel the sizzle from here. This guy with these shots. 2 defenders, no one's gonna stop him on that one. A beautiful placement back into the net.
There it is, that comeback magic as Mockett Esports is starting to see themselves in a rough spot. Not sure they're expecting Rogue to fight back exactly like this, but it's happening now, Mockett, and you need to be aware of it. A goal almost coming up for them, just a little bit wide left of that net. First minute pass so far, Rogue sitting comfortably in the lead by 2 goals. We'll see if Mockett can make those changes now to start to put the pressure that we saw in game at number 1 and 2 onto Rogue. Looking to try that now as Fairy Peak rushes around Turtle there. Used a lot of boost though, and now he's got to move back to defense. K-Dop can't follow that one up. There's Mystic to help move that one forward, but all 3 defenders for Rogue are there. If they can keep control, they should be able to break this one out, but they can't. K-Dop intercepting. There's Mystic on the far side. A follow-up touch from him. Fairy Peak is waiting patiently. Gets it over Matt. No finish there from Mystic as he tries to get one of the most ridiculous shots I've seen attempted. No finish there for them, though. They're putting a lot of pressure on. All 3 of them committed to that midfield. Could have been a dangerous spot. Rogue just needed a 50-50 to go in their favor.
Well, Mockett's done a good job of recognizing that the pressure was on. To counter that, they matched the pace and put it back on the other side. But Rogue's doing a really good job slowing it down. That's what I like to see from Turtle as he tries to set up the 50-50 going in favor of Mockett as it gets cleared out. But Fairy Peak denying boost the whole way down, plays that back inside. Possession not changed just yet as Mystic tries to put that in the middle. Matt with the save.
Does push it to the side. Sis is there to receive it. Don't always want to just slam it off the corner. You want to make sure you're putting it somewhere your opponents aren't going to be able to follow up with a shot. They did exactly that. They still hold on to that 2-0 lead, approaching that half-minute mark in game number 4. This will bring them to a game number 5 if they can hold on to this lead. Mocket looking to change that right now as they create an attack, but a miss from K-Dop. A couple of those we've seen in game number 4, and that's allowing Rogue to keep these chances moving forward and stopping any kind of move forward from Mocket onto their offense.
Decision making as well by Matt, really well done. He was in a position where he either had to go up for his save or grab some boost to deny it from the Mocket squad. He decides to go for the save. Clear back out. They're back on offense as Sizz trying to make a play, fakes it out here, and it's played into the corner. Ball settling in mid. Matt missing a shot up high. This is where K-Dop does extremely well. Puts a shot on net. Saved again by Sizz.
Missing up for a shot, though. That's going to be off the bar. Matt just keeping that one out, reading that bar down touch. Those are so difficult to save, but Matt gets just behind it to clear that one away. No goal for Mocket. They still have 2 minutes left, though. 1 minute for each goal they can get against Rogue here, but they have to start making moves. Rogue is doing a good job, of making sure they're on this ball. They are everywhere on the pitch right now, and Mocket's having a difficult time answering that pressure.
Well, it seems a lot of this game, Rogue just seems to have an answer for Mocket. Everything they do, either someone is up contesting, but a chance, nobody back in net. It looks like Sizz is going to get there just in time as the pressure starts to pile in. Ball settled down, pushed low. K-Dop trying to go for a cheeky touch, but it doesn't end up panning out as this ball up yet again high in front of the net.
K-Dop with a shot, stopped by Matt, almost a second one though. He does send it to Mystic, but he misses the shot there. Maybe expecting a third teammate in. They're gonna end up back down on their own end. Rogue is gonna have a second chance now to get a goal of their own to set themselves 3 goals into the lead. 1 minute now left in this match, and we might see ourselves at game number 5 if Rogue can hold on to this lead. Mocket having a difficult time answering the sudden speed burst coming out from Rogue.
Well, Mocket, like you said, 2 more goals to tie it up. They are on match point. If they could take this victory, they're moving on. But the big thing with these 2 teams, winner, oh, Mystic passing it to himself off the post.
There it is, 1 goal left now with 43 seconds left. They have the chance to do this. Beautiful passing there, off all the posts, the backboard, all 3 members getting involved.
Well, with us being in that upper bracket, winner secures a top 3 spot and a guarantee of $16,000. So much on the line right now.
That is a lot on the line to be able to have that kind of confidence coming into the rest of this tournament. Rogue, though, looking to make sure they get that spot. An answer from K-Dop, coming in clutch. Mocket looking to end this now.
All tied up, they don't want to leave it to chance. 34 seconds left.
There it is, 34 seconds left. Mocket has suddenly shifted. Mid-game adaptations are very difficult to make, and they've done it. Rogue has to hold on hard. They can't get complacent at this point. They had 2 goals in the lead, and now within 10 seconds, they've lost that, and now we're all tied up. 30 seconds remaining. Mocket Esports looking to make some moves. 1 goal will buy themselves that top 3 spot and the win in this series. As Rogue tries to hold off, that's not looking good there as they're starting to scramble in their defense. They have to move forward and get possession of this ball. That could be a chance. Matt puts one on target. Fairy Peak will stop that out. K-Dot with control. 6 seconds left. They can either look for an overtime or 1 last chance. Mocket has a chance. Missing a little bit too far behind. He'll wait for the shot from Sizz. He needs to drop that one down. Matt has a chance to get that to Turtle, but Turtle moves up a little bit too far, and we have overtime.
Super close and a good attempt. Unfortunately, that pass actually was a little bit behind Turtle, who cheated up. Did not work out, but into overtime match point yet again for Mocket. Can they get it and close this out as this Rogue team is applying pressure?
Putting themselves in a rough spot there as they almost gave a chance for Rogue to put a 50-50 into their net there as they rolled it across their own goal line, but they played it slow, nicely. A clear from Mystic will go off the roof. Fairy Peak will connect with that one, but he gives the possession away. Sizz can't get that past him though as he gets a second touch. Fairy Peak keeping that pressure on. Mystic will back off. He's the last defender. Turtle and Matt need boosts, so they'll wait patiently for Mystic's touch. Off the corner, that won't be high enough for any kind of pass, so K-Dop and Fairy Peak take control. Nice pressure from Sizz there. Fairy Peak and Mystic to move this one up the field. Had K-Dop there just in case a pass came to him. That'll be off the backboard. Rogue has to be careful with their touches here. Make sure they do not get that right back over for an easy shot from Mocket. No follow-up as Sizz is going to be out of boost there. His teammates will have to follow up. Mystic, a clear to nobody. Not a touch off the wall. He'll back off for K-Dop, a shot. Just off the crossbar. Fairy Peak, no finish there. Sizz rushing to get that one. Almost gave another chance for Mystic, but Mystic does off the back off. 1 minute and 12 into overtime. That rolls in front of the net. Mystic can't finish it off. So close. Rogue is in so many rough spots now, as we see a lot of attacks and a lot of mistakes on defense from Rogue. Mockit just can't seem to punish it, though. See if they can get control here. So that rolls back down over to the left side of the field. Mystic by himself, can't get it over Sizz. He'll drop it. K-Dop is boosted up, though, in his own end. He's got a lot of time to think about what he wants to do. Pops it over Turtle. A miss there as he tries to send that read off the wall into the net. Both teams trying to get some incredible play started. They're just not connecting with some of their touches. Turtle and Matt waiting patiently in net there. No clear there. K-Dop tries to get the dunk on him. Sizz with control. Fairy Peak will 50-50 that one back to Matt. Rogue having a difficult time breaking out of their own end now. A lot of pressure coming out from Mockit Esports, and the finish is there. Mockit Esports will move on in the bracket as they take the series 3-1 against Rogue.
You can feel the change in play style coming out from Rogue towards the end. Just switching up, playing a little bit more passive, just feeling that pressure, doing whatever they can to clear it to the other side of the field. There's a situation there where Matt at the back just pushed the ball right down the midfield, when in reality, he could have trapped that, dribbled it upfield, given his team some time. That pace control just started to fall away, and it benefits Mockit as they're able to close this out 3-1.
There it is. What an incredible almost comeback from Rogue, though. They did a really good job of realizing that they weren't paced up like they were yesterday. We have to move faster. We have to work together a little bit better here. But Mockit started off really strong early, then almost set Rogue in an almost impossible comeback situation.
Yeah, very difficult, but I'm curious to see as what it's going to happen and do to this Rogue team that's been on the top of the world as of late. As for Mockit, that snowball, that momentum we've been talking about keeps